Hi, welcome to Sage Blue Tarot. Today is June 1st, 2021. I'm going to start the collective reading using tarot cards. And let's get those out. I'm going to ask, what does collective need to hear today? Now I'm going to shuffle and see what comes up. What does collective need to hear today? Now I'm going to cut the deck. The Tower reverse. So it seems that you've recently gone through some changes that have been impactful, right? And I feel like the changes happened and you did not think that they were going to be for the best, because sometimes changes don't feel good, right? They take us out of our comfort zone. We might not feel so good. We might feel like why is this happening to me, right? But know that everything is happening for you, and that it's important to kind of keep that in perspective, right? Like kind of keep that hope that this is all happening for your highest good. Ooh, the Magician upright. So I'm definitely seeing that your powers of manifesting are heightened right now. And I think it has to do because of the changes that have happened. I feel like a lot of things have been removed from your life. And now you're able to more clearly tune into yourself and to your own power. And now you're able to actually channel and bring to life what you've been wanting to bring to your life for a while. The Nine of Cups upright. This card is known as the wish card. So it's one of the luckiest cards in the deck, and it just signifies like happiness, feeling fulfilled, feeling like you have everything you need and more, right? You just feel satiated, right? You're no longer hungry, no longer thirsty, like you feel at peace, right? And I'm sensing that there still might be some lingering kind of sensations or thoughts that want to sneak back in, right? But I feel like with the Magician card, you're going to be empowered to just keep moving forward, right? And know that you're leaving things behind because you're meant to. And we have the Hanged Man reverse. So I'm seeing that right now, maybe you're having a tricky time seeing things in a different perspective, right? And I feel like with this card, it's calling you to see things in a new way, right? And I think that this could be accomplished by doing new things, by kind of being flexible in your schedule, by just making adjustments, right? Because the Tower reversed, the Tower is a pretty big deal kind of card, right? It pretty much says like, here's your life, let's shake it up. Let's go ahead and just rebuild. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been manifesting. Actually, right now we have a lot of major arcana cards, like 3 out of 4 right now, right? The Magician, the Hanged Man reverse, and the Tower reverse. So I'm seeing that all of this is just showing how much of a transformation you've already undergone, right? You've already done this. The World reversed, another major arcana card. So I'm definitely seeing that. And also because it's the 1st of June, I'm seeing that this month you're starting it with this sense of hope and fulfillment through these changes, right? Even though you didn't have a good time through the changes, right? That's fine. That's totally valid. But just know that they happened for you, and that you can also sense that, right? With the Magician card upright, I'm seeing that you're able to tap into yourself, right? And able to pretty much manifest even more, right? And I feel like once you can actually get a new perspective, right, you can actually just integrate all the changes that have happened with your newfound skills and your abilities. You're able to see how your world has shifted for the better. We have the 3 of Wands upright, so I'm seeing that maybe you're about to get into some kind of exchanging of energy, maybe making your own products or sharing your services, kind of reaching out to people, right? I feel like this is going to be your tribe. The Emperor upright. So I'm seeing that you might be getting somebody who's going to be offering their guidance to you, right? Maybe somebody who is where you would like to be, like a mentor, because they see something in you and you see something in them that could be beneficial for the both of you. Let's pull a couple more cards. Ooh, we have the Star reversed. So definitely just celebrate yourself, right? Celebrate how far you've come, and really, with intention, set what June is going to look like for you, right? We're about to transition into summer, and I think right now is a good time to kind of look back on this spring and this winter and how far your journey has been and how much it's changed. And I feel like a lot of changes have happened in these last few days, maybe even like a week or two. I feel like a lot of changes have happened, and I feel like you've already come so far, right? It kind of feels like you've been living so many lives already. And I feel like with this card, it's just telling you like, hey, like tune into the beauty that surrounds you, right? The beauty that you are and what a gift you get to be to others. And we have the Six of Wands upright. So I feel like you're on this journey to your tribe, right? This journey to yourself, this journey to finding yourself and coming to peace to where you are arriving, right? I'm seeing a lot of positive cards, a lot of good feelings. The Five of Swords reversed. So I'm definitely seeing that these are those sneaky thoughts, right? The ones that want to come in and kind of sabotage your well-being and sabotage your, what feels like a high right now, right? You might be feeling just really good and really tapped in and really intuitive, and you're able to see why the changes are happening, right? You're kind of able to zoom out a little bit from them. But then there's these sneaky thoughts that can kind of come in sometimes, but I feel like because it's reversed, you're going to be able to know what's going on, be able to put a label on it and be like, this is not going to keep happening, right? I kind of feel like maybe these last few months, there's been just toxic patterns or obsessive thinking or just something that really hasn't been making you feel good. And I feel like this is going to be like a test, right? It's going to be like, oh, is this still a tasty thought for you? Like, do you still want to go back and chew on this one? And I feel like just take notice of how that makes you feel, how that makes your body feel, how that makes your heart feel and your mind, to touch back on those behaviors or thoughts, right? Like, I think it's okay to kind of tap into it a little bit as long as you do it with awareness, right? In order to more readily let it go, right? Because I feel like if something keeps coming up, that means that there's still some kind of growing, learning, so something needs to happen there, like a shift, right? And I kind of feel like with the Hanged Man reversed, that is what's going to happen at some point, right? But don't beat yourself up and think, well, why, why don't I feel 100%? Like, it's okay to feel however you're feeling right now. Gone through a lot of changes. And the Strength upright card came up on the back. So I'm definitely sensing just an overall strong, beautiful energy for you. And I'm seeing that you're able to tap into your higher self. You're able to kind of dance through these changes. You're able to rebuild yourself. I'm going to advise you to make some more wishes, right? Maybe on that Five of Swords energy, just kind of ask, what is going on with that? Like, what do you need to learn? In what ways do you need to level up in order to overcome these things that kind of sneak in and kind of feel like loose ends, right? I kind of feel like you need to burn them off or tie them off, or something needs to happen with them in order for you to evolve, right? In order to continue to evolve. But I feel like right now you're at a height right now, right? Like you are the magician. So definitely bring some magic into your life, celebrate the magic that you are and the magic that surrounds you, and tap into the beauty of today. In the back, I'm seeing the Seven of Wands reversed. Don't beat yourself up, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't think that you have to punish yourself into feeling a certain way, right? Definitely don't do that. Just stay tuned to yourself and how you feel, and honor each step of the way, because it's guiding you, right? Change is happening, and I'm really sensing like a positive energy today, which is great, because I feel like these last few readings, it's been kind of like heavy and change and not feeling so good. And I kind of feel like today is just like a breakthrough day. You're just like, you know what? This is a new month. This is a new me. I'm leaving these May problems, these April problems in those months in the past. Like, I'm done bringing them forward. But when it does happen, whenever problems sneak up from the past, just know that that's for your own growth too. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And now I'm going to pull from the Undularium Oracle of Emanations deck. I'm going to ask, what does collective need to hear today? What does collective need to hear today? I'm getting the imagery of a cloudy day and the sun peeking out from behind the clouds. And then it just shining all over your body. Warming your face, making you feel good. Pretty much a hug from the sun is what I'm seeing right now. I feel like you really are being reborn. Yeah, like you're a new you right now. That's what I'm sensing. You're no longer bogged down by these thought patterns that you've been having, by this way of thinking, by behaviors, by relationships. You're kind of like, all right, I've learned a lot. Let's go ahead and level up and see what this next chapter of my life holds for me, right? And it kind of makes sense too with the sun. I feel like that energy is a lot of fire and it's burning away all that no longer serves you, right? And I feel like you've been doing the work to get to this point. So definitely take the time to celebrate yourself. Okay, what does collective need to hear today? Leliel, angel of night. So definitely do some night magic, take a walk outside, or just look at the stars at night. Just really tap into the darkness, right? Whether that is through shadow work or through meditating or through just having your eyes closed or meditating on the moon. Just do something that makes you feel in touch with a part of you that is quiet, right? I'm kind of seeing that a lot of information is there waiting for you. And you kind of just need to tap into it, right? I'm also sensing that dreams are really important at this stage because they are symbolic, right? I feel like if you have these dreams, write them down and then look them up, right? Because there's information there about this transition in your life and about this new you. Tiferet, heart, beauty. Definitely love on yourself. Definitely know that things are falling into place for you at all times, right? And sometimes it's more pleasant than others, and that's okay. That's the ride of life, right? That's how it's gonna be. But when it's high, just enjoy the high. And when it's not so high, when it's at the low, then just practice acceptance, right? I feel like each part of the roller coaster has different lessons, has different words of wisdom and tidbits and insight, and it all is taking us to this final destination of becoming who we're meant to be, right? As long as you remember that you are a beautiful being and that you are worthy of love and that you will evolve, you have changed, and you'll continue to change, right? And I feel like each part of your life is a present, is a surprise for yourself, right? And I feel like that's the beauty of life, right? And I feel like just remember that you're love and everything is love, and tap into yourself. Zuklaf, angel of verdancy. This card to me is just showing like how much growth you've already done, right? And I feel like right now is a time where if you look around you, you'll see how change is happening, right? If you look at plants, if you have house plants, you can start to see how they're growing, how the plants outside are growing, how the birds grow and they sing, and people move and shift. Like everything's growing and changing all the time. And Zuklaf, angel of verdancy, I feel like you've got to go outside at some point, right? Go outside and touch the grass with your feet and touch a tree with the palms of your hand, with your forehead. Just really tune into how you are nature, right? You're not just visiting nature, like you are nature itself, so that everything around you that's growing is just a reflection of your growth, right? So I feel like that's something to hold on to whenever you start to feel low or dark. Just remember that no matter how you feel, you are growing, you are learning. Even if you don't feel good, even if you're in a dark spot, I feel like that's the Leliel, angel of night. Like, even with these highs, we can sometimes dip into these lows where we're like, wait, what is the point again? And we start to kind of feel like we're losing ourselves or something, or we're backtracking on all this work that we've done. But just know that that's also part of the growth, right? And like, just maintain your faith, practice faith. Material, angel of rain is on the back. That to me is, it could literally mean rain, right? And I feel like if it is raining where you are, when you listen to this, or at some point, just meditate with the rain as well, right? Watch how it falls, watch how it moves with the wind, and just really, like, I would say, like, meditate with the vision of rain washing over your body and cleansing you, right? Just cleansing you. And also practice acceptance about how rain is going to land wherever rain is going to land, right? And that's kind of how it feels sometimes with the Tower reverse. It just kind of feels like, wait, all these changes have happened and I'm not really in control. Oh, that's what I'm getting, a message of not being in control. And I think that's maybe something that's happening with you right now, that you might be feeling like, I don't know, I'm kind of seeing like you might be tapping into these obsessive thinking patterns, or they might sneak in that Five of Swords energy, and it might be trying to rob you of your happiness of the present moment. But I feel like if you practice surrendering control about what is going to happen or what did happen, and just having faith that it's all going to work out and it's already been worked out for you, that's really going to help you get through this, right? Because I kind of feel like maybe, yeah, like you've gone through a lot already. Yeah, and it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling right now. Just know that. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And now I'm going to pull from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck, asking, what does collective need to hear today? does collective need to hear today? Downtime. So definitely take some time to relax, right? Just just schedule some time to do nothing, right? To just enjoy, to just frolic, to just do nothing, right? And really relish in it. I feel like sometimes you can get caught up in doing the work and doing this and doing that, like must be a better person, must change habits, must. But I feel like our brains, our bodies, like we're not really meant to do 100% activity all the time. It's important to have a balance, right? Of just relaxing and then activity and then sleep and then relaxing and activity and sleep. So we kind of want to regulate ourselves in a way that is healthy for us. And it's okay to take some time off. I'm kind of seeing that maybe there's some guilt involved with downtime, which is why maybe you haven't done it. And you're just like, no, there's no time for downtime. Like, what do you mean? But just do it. Just schedule it, okay? And then see how that helps you. Whenever we stop driving, right, and we kind of relax and just take a nap and just do something else, progress still gets done. Like, you don't need to be driving all the time in order to get there. Like, you're still on the way there, even if you're not driving. Get a new story. So I feel like because you are being reborn and you're entering into this new stage, you're entering into June, having left so many things behind, I think it's important to like take the trash out, right? Take all these things that you left behind, like take them out, right? Energetically or just physically, just kind of move things around in order to really settle into who you are right now, right? In order to create a new story for yourself, right? Create a new story for yourself that involves this, right? Involves your growth, involves your connection that you're starting to feel with your surroundings, with yourself, with energy. Just remember that you can always rewrite your story, right? And it's like a lens on your life, right? Whenever somebody thinks about your life, everybody has their own story about you, right? But you, at the same time, have your own story about yourself. And I feel like it's important to not keep replaying the same story because you're not that person anymore, right? So as you grow, you get new lenses, right? And you're getting new skills and abilities, and you can go ahead and just look back on your life in a new way, right? And I feel like that's really important right now because if we move into this next stage of our lives and we try to keep this story, it's going to keep us there in that same spot, right? So I feel like we need a story that more incorporates everything about who we are now. So definitely take some time to check in with yourself, right? And I kind of feel like it's important to even write. Like if you're not writing right now, make some time for that. Maybe just like 5 minutes a day, every day, just something. It can be something small, right? It's mostly like symbolic, but then you'll see that even with this intention, even with this activity and action, you can create a new story for yourself, right? You can create a new life. And when you do that, you pretty much achieve this next level where you start to attract even more magical things, right? Because you're kind of looking back on your life in gratitude and in seeing how everything has worked out for you and how you're growing and just, yeah, I would say just tap into yourself and write, right? Type it up or write it down, pen and paper, and just start to write your story, right? Just really physically think like, okay, well, at this age I was here. At this age I was here. 4 years ago I was here. 5 years ago I was here. 10 years ago I was here. Start to kind of see. I think it's really important. I feel like it comes back to that 5 of Swords reverse energy where I feel like sometimes we can feel like victims or like things didn't go well for us, but I feel like it's important right now to kind of look back and just be grateful for everything that has happened because everything needed to happen and was meant to happen for you to be right here, right now, listening to this podcast, right? And yeah, so let's pull one more card. Ask your spirit helpers, right? If you don't know how to create a new story or you don't know how to relax, you don't know how to have downtime, you don't know how to meditate with rain or meditate with night, ask your spirit helpers for advice, right? And I would say do something unrelated to what you're doing right now, right? You could do it through meditating or through making a cup of tea or through just do something different that you don't usually do. And then ask your spirit helpers for advice, right? Just close your eyes and focus on your breathing for a little bit. And then just ask your spirit helpers to help you out, right? Ask them whatever you need help with, right? Ask them to remove things, ask them to add things, ask them for advice, and then see what comes up, right? And then keep doing that as a practice, and then you'll notice the changes. On the back, I'm seeing make a note of it. So that card to me is always about like how these spirit helpers could actually just be talking to you, right? They could be giving you really cool thoughts and advice And I feel like sometimes we're so busy that we just think like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then we don't write it down. I feel like right now it's important to write it down and to, make a note of it. Because whenever we write things down, we can look back on it, right? Make a note of it, put a date on it, and then come back to that journal or piece of paper. And then for the next time you have a cool thought or something that just comes up out of nowhere, write it down, put a date on it. And then look back on all you've written down and then see what cool things you have, right? You have a lot of cool insight. And I feel like it's important to not downplay our abilities to channel higher energies, right? Because that everything we receive applies to us. It's been delivered directly to us. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And I'm going to thank you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, so now we're going to go ahead and move into the distance Reiki portion of the episode. I suggest laying or sitting in a comfortable position, but that is not necessary. Just be open to receiving Reiki healing energy. I suggest setting your own intention for the Reiki or just allowing my intention to take place, which is always for your highest good. I'm going to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths with you. Let's go ahead and inhale. Hold and exhale. Again, inhale. Hold and exhale. And inhale. Hold and exhale. I will now begin sending Reiki.
When you are ready, start to come back into your body and open your eyes. Welcome back. Thank you so much for showing up today. And I suggest drinking water since a lot of energy is moved during Reiki sessions. And I will see you in our next episode. Thank you and bye.